So things are yet to stabilize in Bangladesh. There is a lot of confusion, a lot of outrage, a lot of violence, and caught in the middle of all of this are minorities. We talked about this yesterday. Around 10% of Bangladesh's population is made up of minorities. That's around 17 million people. Out of these 17 million, more than 13 million are Hindus, and right now they are the soft targets. We've been seeing a lot of videos on social media, temples being attacked, Hindu homes being targeted, and properties being set on fire. Now, just a disclaimer here, not everything that you see on social media may be true. A lot of old and fake videos are also circulating. So we have compiled the verified ones for you. Take a look at this first. Those are heartbreaking scenes. An ISKCON temple in Meherpur was torched. Even the idols inside were completely burnt. In Rangpur, a Hindu politician was reportedly lynched. Plus, a councillor was killed by a mob. It's hard to keep an exact count of these attacks. One minority group is trying to do so. And they say 54 temples and Hindu establishments have been targeted so far. And where are these attacks happening? Well, Bangladesh has 64 districts. Attacks have been reported in at least 27 of them, which means it is pretty widespread. Of course, there is another side too. Many Bangladeshis are standing guard outside Hindu temples. They're also sheltering Hindu neighbors. The question now is, what happens next? Such situations can evolve in two ways. One, the security forces get a grip on the situation. The army has already called for peace, so maybe the violence will subside. That is one possibility. The other one is that the state joins in. Now, we haven't seen indications of this yet, but the track record does not inspire. Just look at the numbers. In 1951, East Pakistan had 22% Hindu population. 22% Hindu population. East Pakistan later became Bangladesh. Today, the country has just 8% Hindus. So where did the rest of them go? Most of them migrated to India. Reports say because of religious persecution, they left Bangladesh, which brings us to the Jamaat-e-Islami, the radical political group in Bangladesh. They are ruling the streets now, and their ideology is quite clear. It is not secularism, it is Islamism. A Bangladesh only for Muslims. That is what they want. And we've seen evidence of that in the last few days. Protesters have vandalized statues of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the man who founded Bangladesh, the man who gave Bangladesh secularism. He's being targeted. So this movement is not just against Sheikh Hasina. It's also against what she stood for, a secular Bangladesh. But will these radical elements succeed? We say a lot will depend on the army. They're trying to cool the tensions. They've also released special helpline numbers for Hindus. If they crack down, things should be fine. Things should get better. But if they turn a blind eye to all of this, the violence may continue. And India is concerned about that. Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar spoke about it in Parliament today.
What was particularly worrying was that minorities, their businesses and temples also came under attack at multiple locations. The full extent of this is still not clear. We are also monitoring the situation with regard to the status of minorities. There are reports of initiatives by various groups and organizations to ensure their protection and well-being. We welcome that.
So the situation is precarious. The current violence is mostly driven by different mobs, but the state is not complicit yet. We haven't seen soldiers or security forces joining in. Let's hope it remains that way. But what about the long run? What if Islamists capture power in Dhaka? What if they form the next government? Then things could turn even more serious. Some lawmakers of India's ruling party have raised alarms. They say Hindu refugees could flee to India. How many? One leader said 10 million refugees, so India will have to be on alert. But for Bangladesh, this is a major test. You wanted Sheikh Hasina out. Well, she's out now. But the rest is up to you. The students, the civil society, and the army. Will you retain Bangladesh's secular identity, or will you let Islamists run riot? This choice may decide Bangladesh's future.